Of course, I feel for Erik. I think he's a great coach. I think he had in general a great career, and also I think he's done a good job at Man United. 2 trophies, 2 years, a little bit more than 2 years. I think in a non-stop developing football world, I think is how can you say, more than acceptable. I know in these big clubs there is. And especially Man United, there's massive expectations, but I also think there needs to be a little bit of, how can you say, reality check. With clearly on paper, 3 clubs are in a better place right now on top of the table. I think that's fair to say, City, Liverpool and Arsenal. So, when you are head coach and manager yourself, you always feel for guys that lose their job. But I'm pretty sure Erik can look at himself and thinks that he put everything into it and gave everything, and then hey, it's life, it happens.
Did you see improvement? Did you see progress when you watched his teams?
I think there's probably more better, how can you say, better people than me to judge that. People that's following Man United day in, day out, to say if they have done how good an improvement there is. I know that he had a very good first season. You can look that on points and everything. As far as I know, he also had more than a few injury problems. That doesn't help.
Can you give us an insight into what the scrutiny is like as a Premier League manager, and do you think that intensifies at a club like Manchester United?
I definitely. I think there's quite a few that talks about Man United as maybe the biggest clubs in definitely in terms of focus and when there's more focus and when the expectation maybe is not meeting the performances or the results, there is this scrutiny. In this case, in general, I think it's too much. It's just my personal opinion, but it's part of football, unfortunately.
I appreciate this is a delicate question, given that you are at a club you've described as one of the best in the world, but would you welcome the opportunity to talk to Manchester United about the vacant position?
You're right, it's a very delicate question. I got a big responsibility to Brentford Football Club, the fans, Matthew, leadership, players, staff, and I have one focus, that is to do the very best to beat Sheffield Wednesday tomorrow in the Carabao Cup and focus on that. I've said many times, I'm very happy here. I think it's one of the best clubs in the world. What happens in the future, who knows? But I'm very happy here.
You are one of the longest-serving managers in English football. I was wondering, have you earned the right to have those kind of open and honest conversations with Brentford mutually about an opportunity like this?
If I had that, let's say I'm not speaking about the current situation, then of course that would be between Matthew and Phil and I, if I thought I should want to do something different. But right now I'm just happy here and enjoying life here.
Are there certain jobs that, for managers who are doing well like yourself and have done such a good, consistent job over a certain amount of time, are there certain jobs in world football and English football that are just too difficult to say no to a conversation if that approach did come?
That's a good question. It's difficult for me to say. That's a hypothetical question, isn't it? So I can't get around it, can I? There is, I always try to be as transparent as possible. I'll repeat myself. Very happy here. And I can see myself be here for a long time in the future. Of course, I also said that maybe if something comes up and I think that's an opportunity I'd like to try, okay, let's see. But now, no, very happy here.
And is it easy for you to stay focused when you have people like Pep Guardiola previously saying that it's only a question of time before you manage at one of the top European jobs?
I think that's very easy. It's nice praise. I just think it's more difficult when you guys keep asking the questions. I just want to focus on Sheffield Wednesday and then get on with the game and try to win it. But I respect that's a part of it.
Well asked.
Brentford versus Sheffield Wednesday preview. Can Brentford continue their excellent start to this season? Thomas Frank's side conceded an equaliser 4 minutes from the end, only for Mbeumo's cross to evade everybody and snatch a 4-3 victory at the last. This win lifted Brentford into the top half of the Premier League table, having yielded 13 points from their 5 home matches so far, despite losing all 4 away. In this competition, meantime, Brentford have so far overcome Colchester and Leyton Orient, with Fabio Carvalho, Mikkel Damsgaard and Christian Nørgaard on target in the latter. Before this season, Frank's side had won only 3 of their last 10 FA or League Cup matches, but could now reach the last 8 of this tournament for the 3rd time in 5 seasons, firm favourites to achieve this. Sheffield Wednesday, meanwhile, have already won 3 away ties just to get this far, leaving Hull, Grimsby and Blackpool victorious. Despite this, Danny Röhl's side have won only 4 of 12 EFL Championship games so far, one of which did come on Friday night. Fighting back from a goal down to beat Portsmouth 2-1, with Josh Windass and then Michael Smith, the scorers at Fratton Park. This lifted them up to 15th, yet to claim back-to-back victories, something they'll be seeking to change when Watford visit Hillsborough on Saturday. Before then, can the Owls upset the odds and reach the quarter-finals of the League Cup for the first time in 9 seasons? Brentford versus Sheffield Wednesday head-to-head record. Matches played 44. Brentford wins 15, draws 13 Sheffield. Wednesday wins 16. Brentford team news. Given that Thomas Frank's team aren't in action for 6 days after this, travelling to Craven Cottage on Monday night, there's little need for him to rotate excessively. Håkon Valdimarsson is still yet to make his Premier League debut, but has played in both EFL Cup ties so far, set to be in goal again. Similarly, Ben Mee has played just a solitary minute in the league, but has stared both League Cup matches, likely to come in defence, as is teenager Jayden Magoma. Matthias Jensen came off the bench on Saturday, his first minute since 31st August due to a calf injury, so could start this time as he builds up his fitness. Having scored a spectacular overhead kick in the previous round, Fabio Carvalho will get the nod in attack,